Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about a bit of a food geek topic. This is a potato, and this is a banana. Now, many people would say there isn't much in common between the two. They are typically viewed as being very different. But today we are going to compare the two and see how much they really match up. I'm Ollamh, and welcome to Geek Trivia. So for the comparison, we're going to look at the United States Department of Agriculture nutritional facts for 100 grams on each side. First up, we have the calorie count. The potato comes in at 77 calories for 100 grams, while the banana comes in at 89 calories. While the banana is higher, it's not excessively higher, but many would expect the potato to be the higher of the two. Next, we move to the top box. Starting with the total fat, we have 0.1 grams of fat for the potato and 0.3 grams of fat for the banana. Again, different from what many people would expect. Both have 0 cholesterol for 100 grams. And the potato has 6 milligrams of sodium, where the banana has 1 milligram. Now we come to the point that might surprise many people. The potassium count. Bananas are known for being high in potassium. That is one of the main reasons people eat them. A 100-gram serving of bananas comes up to 358 milligrams of potassium, while the same serving size of potato comes in at 421 milligrams. That's right, potatoes, gram for gram, actually have more potassium than bananas. Finishing out the first box, we have the total carbohydrates, which it seems potatoes would be higher as well. 100 grams of potatoes has 17 grams of carbohydrates total, with 22 grams as dietary fiber and 0.8 grams as sugar. The banana, on the other hand, has 23 grams of total carbohydrates, with 2.6 grams in dietary fiber and 12 grams as sugar. The sugar shouldn't be a surprise. Fruits do contain natural sugar, which is why they are great for a healthy dessert. But the banana actually has more total carbohydrates than the potato, which was a bit of a surprise to me personally. Last for the top box is protein. Neither of these is known as a good source of protein, with the potato ringing in at 2 grams and the banana with 1.1 grams. So far, they are very comparable. There are some differences in the totals, but nothing really striking. So now we move on to the vitamins and minerals section of the nutritional fact table. For vitamin A, good for healthy vision, potatoes have a big goose egg, while the bananas have 1% of the daily recommended allowance. Vitamin C, good for tons of things. Potatoes take the upper hand with 32% over the bananas' 14%. Calcium, good for bones and teeth. Potatoes have 1%, while bananas come in with 0%. Iron, an important component of hemoglobin and needed for red blood cells to carry oxygen. The potatoes come in with 4% and the bananas with 1%. So far, it seems like potatoes might be getting a bit of a lead here. Vitamin D, good for helping the body absorb calcium. Both potatoes and bananas have none. Vitamin B6, helping adrenal functions and calming and maintaining healthy nervous system. Potatoes have 15% of the daily recommended value, but bananas get the edge with 20%. Vitamin B12 benefiting the brain and nervous systems, as well as formation of red blood cells. Both potatoes and bananas have 0 of what you need in a day. And finally, magnesium, working in the body to regulate the muscle and nerve functions, blood sugar levels, and blood pressure, among many other things, potatoes have 5% of what you need to get in a day, while bananas have 6%. Bananas really kind of had a bit of a comeback there at the end. So ultimately, which is better? Well, that isn't a question that is easily answered. The comparison between the two is surprisingly even. They are typically good in the same areas, almost seesawing back and forth as to which is better as far as vitamins and minerals. The question then comes down to how much of each that you eat. And I think that is where the general opinion of bananas being better comes from. You see, the average medium banana is between 7 to 7 7/8 inches and weighs in at 118 grams, while a medium potato is between 2 1/4 and 3 1/4 inches and weighs in at 213 grams. So the potato is far denser than the banana. How many people limit their potato size at a meal to just under 3 1/4 inches? Also, there's preparation. Bananas are easy to fix. You pick them up, peel them, and eat them. Very rarely does anyone add anything to the banana. Almost never is it cooked or processed in any way. While the potato is baked or broiled and mashed or shredded and fried or cut, hardly anyone just picks up a potato and eats it. Going further than that, we always add something to the potato when we eat it. We add salt in almost every way it's cooked, sometimes ketchup, or even sour cream, butter, bacon bits, and chives all on one potato. So a lot of the bad views that potatoes get are really about how we cook them and what we put on them. As a simple, unadorned vegetable, it's actually quite healthy. Also, it should be mentioned that the potassium in potatoes is not evenly distributed. There is a membrane just under the skin of the potato that is very rich in potassium. That's why you can see relatively low potassium count in some things made with potatoes and higher in others. There's 350 milligrams of potassium in about 15 Lay's classic chips because they use the whole potato. This is also the reason for the old home remedy of rubbing a wart with a potato. This is a rather old remedy that was thought, back in the day, to cause the wart to move to the potato. What was actually happening was the roughness of the wart would wear away the skin of the potato and absorb the soft, potassium-rich membrane underneath. A modern-day variation is to rub the inside of a freshly peeled banana skin against the wart. It's the same principle. So there is our comparison of bananas versus potatoes. What did you think? Were there points in the comparison that surprised you? Did you learn something about one or the other that you didn't know before? Do you have a preference of one over the other still? If so, leave a comment down below, send us a tweet or a post on our Facebook page, and let us know. We are always interested in what people take away from our videos. As always, thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to prod the subscribe button down below so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you want to see some crazy,
Cheerio!
You should meet me and my friends.
I was at least right. I tried to give it to the right one. I tried to give it to the right one, but that didn't work out so well. But there's still a lot of people that look at you and say, oh, well, you're 25, 26, 27, you're still a kid. You're still a youngin'. You're